Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
But I had noticed with all the relationships, whatever was the issue before the relationship, before the marriage, was going to be the issue in the marriage.
Oh, yeah.
In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. Stop. Is that true? I don't want you to understand. I want you to overstand.
Yes, sir.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. That's not gonna happen. Not up in here, not today. And boom goes the dynamite.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Dan Wardley claims he planned to join his ex in Spain and says she cut her trip short and told him to go alone. So she owes for his travel and housing expenses.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Mr. Wardley is suing Elise Abarca in the amount of $1,361.
All parties have been sworn, Your Honor.
Third Deputy Thomas. You want your money back.
Yes, sir.
You're not a happy camper.
Not at all.
And you want it to the tune of $1,361 because you were thinking you were going to be partying in Spain, right?
Yes, with my girlfriend.
All right. Hey, that's a great place. What part of Spain are we talking?
Barcelona.
I love Barcelona. All right. So you were planning on going to Barcelona. Had you ever been to Spain before?
I haven't. I've never been outside of the United States.
Also, this was really a big deal.
It was.
And you knew that, Miss Abarca.
Well, we weren't going to party. My grandfather was severely ill, so that's what the trip was for.
Okay. Well, and is he still alive right now?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
It's
that.
okay.
Okay. So you were going because you have family in Spain.
Correct.
Your grandfather had not been doing well at that point.
Correct.
So talk to me. How did it even come about that you were going to go visit him?
Well, I got news that he was declining rapidly. It kind of was just like very unexpected, as these things tend to be.
Of course.
And it, from then on, I just kind of immediately started figuring out my schedule. I reached out to work because I work remotely. So
What
I
type of work do you do?
I do marketing.
Okay. And they allow you to do it from home?
Yes.
And were you thinking that you could even work in Spain?
Yes, although, it's a different country and,
Right.
so
Right.
that's a big move without telling. So I did let them know that I was going.
And you know what? We are totally jumping the gun. Bad, Boss Ross, bad. We haven't even talked about the relationship here. How did you guys even meet? I want to know. I want all your business.
Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. What happened in Portland?
We met at a bar. She had just graduated college.
You met at a bar. You see her at a bar, and what were you thinking?
I was like, this must be the most beautiful girl in the world.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Look at you.
I know.
Aren't you a charmer, Deputy
yeah.
Thomas? Look at him over there.
But-
And how did you feel about him?
I thought he was cute.
You were like, he aight. No.
I thought he was cute.
You thought he would, because he's sitting here going, she's the most beautiful. It's like a Bruno Mars song for him. And you're like, he's okay.
I don't believe in, like love at first sight, and I don't really see people, but I thought he was cute, but I'm not like, I feel like that's a guy thing to be like,
Oh, it's a guy thing.
I think.
Okay. How long were you guys together?
About at first 6 months.
Yeah,
Okay.
not a long time.
Yeah.
And
see why.
who broke it off after the 6 months?
That one was mutual. We both decided on that.
Why was it for you?
Because he expected a lot out of me. I was very focused on work. I just graduated, so I was kind of like getting my foot in.
Is that true? You expected a lot out of her?
I felt I just expected just the basics. That's just what I felt.
What are
I
the
expected.
basics for you?
Just to pay attention to me, to make sure I'm okay.
Love me,
as well.
need me, never leave me.
Yeah.
It's all about me. I know you're working. I know you just got out of
Yeah.
school. I know you got life stuff going on, but I just want it all on me. Me and
It's
more
not that
me.
it all had to be on me.
Uh-huh.
It's just that she never really made any time to really focus on me at all, and to try to make sure I'm okay.
Did you
Make
feel
sure-
like you were more into her than she was into you?
I do think that. I do think that now.
Was that true?
Yeah, but I don't. Yes, but like only because my priorities are work.
Negates the yes.
Yeah.
So
well,
yes.
No.
That's true.
Yes, and in addition to that, because my priorities
You
are
are
work.
good in marketing. In addition to that, okay. What were you going to say?
My priorities are work. I just graduated, so
Was this a conversation that you all had?
Yes, correct. He was
About-
completely aware of all of that.
Did she convey to you? I got bill. Did you have any student loans you had to
Yes.
pay?
Yes.
So she's like, I'm trying to get on my grind. I'm trying to find my way.
My thing is like, why would she want to date me if she was already busy with all those other extracurriculars?
That's not really how you go into dating, saying like, oh, I'm not going to date
Well,
because
men and
of
women
what.
have two different ways of looking at dating. At least I've had that experience. I've officiated weddings. I've had conversations with people. And typically what I had noticed with all the relationships, whatever was the issue before the relationship, before the marriage, was going to be the issue in the marriage.
Oh yeah.
Coming up on America's Court.
I didn't want to be there for her. I was trying to, be a good boyfriend and try to be,
No, you were trying to be a husband.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Soul partner.
I get it.
That title is earned.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program. America's Court is back with the case of Dan Wardley, who is suing Elise Abarca for detrimental reliance.
But wait, didn't you guys, you were together and then at some point you broke up and then
Correct.
you got back together?
Yes.
How did that come about?
We both relocated to the Bay Area, and
Well, wait, so you break up while you were still in Portland?
yes.
And then who moves to California first?
I did.
Okay,
I moved to
and you
California.
moved to California because you were from here, a job, what happened?
I had a job, outdoors job.
So it just happened to work out that you were both in Oregon, you break up, you move to the Bay Area,
I
right?
moved to the Bay Area.
Okay, and then you're still in Oregon,
Correct.
in Portland.
Correct.
And then you get a job offer in the Bay Area.
My hometown is Palo Alto, so I am from the Bay Area.
Oh, you're from there?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. She moved a month right after I moved, though.
Was that coincidence?
That's where my family is from.
So that's no.
No,
It had nothing to do with him.
my current roommates that I currently lived with in Portland, Oregon, they relocated, and I'm from there. So I said, okay, yeah, we all live together.
And
we
he
have a
just
great
happens
dynamic.
to be not too far away.
Yeah.
Who contacted who once both of you were in the
Well,
Bay
we
Area?
were still in contact that whole time.
Why?
Because it ended fine, like it ended amicably. We were still friendly. It wasn't like we were talking all the time.
True?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, and then
And
you weren't over her.
I wasn't. Silly me.
How did this come about with this trip then?
So in that time where we moved back, I get word that my grandpa is like declining pretty quickly. So that's when I start getting all the things in order to go. He's having a lease issue. So we're in a gap of time, like 10 days, that he needs a place to stay. So he asks to stay with me in still the Bay Area. And I say, yeah, sure, of course. But then when I got news, I started planning, my Spain trip, and it was in that time. So I said, oh, if you want to come with me, you can. And to which he said yes.
Is that true?
Yes, it is.
And you were like, I've never been out of the country. This would be awesome.
Yes.
Even under the circumstances, it's not the most ideal,
Yes.
but you're like, but it's Barcelona. I mean, it's
Yeah, and
beautiful there.
I did want to be there for her. I was trying to, be a good boyfriend and try to be,
No, you were trying to be a husband.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Soul,
I get it.
soul partner.
I get it.
That title is earned.
That title is earned. I like her.
Yeah.
I get it. And then this situation comes up where your grandfather dies, and so you can't go on the trip, or?
No. So the dying is actually recently. But for the trip, I go, and then on my third day there, I get a call from my management saying that my IP address is in Spain. Like, what am I doing there?
And for those who are not aware, when you say IP, what are you referring to?
to my company IP. So when I work from home, my IP address is in America, which is
Right.
normal. But then in
They
Spain,
could
it's
tell
flagged.
but you said you had already cleared it. with
Correct,
them.
exactly. I had already cleared it. So to which I showed them the emails, like I already spoke to my manager. She said, go ahead and go.
Right.
And then they say, oh, she didn't pass it up through the correct management. It wasn't approved, like it wasn't her right to say it. It was a whole messy situation, but if I didn't make it back in time, then I would be fired. And so to which that whole happens, I call him immediately after him saying, hey, I have to go back home. You can still come to Spain, but like I won't be here. And instead of being understanding and wanting to be there for me, he gets so upset and is very, cancels his trip. But he could tell you all that.
You can tell
See
me
what I
all
can
that.
do with it.
You were like, who wants to be in Barcelona by themselves?
That's what
He pretty much-
I told her.
And you've never been out
Life
the country
isn't a
before.
movie. That's what she thinks. She just thinks
But
life is
what
like
else was she
a
supposed
movie.
to do, though? She gonna lose the job? Just so
No.
you can hang out? I mean, I understand because she had a chance to see her
Yes.
grandfather, but because you were already there, and then she has to leave. So you are out, airplane ticket?
Yeah, and it was a non-refundable ticket.
Which
So I
flight
couldn't-
insurance exists.
I got the cheapest ticket. I was in between. I had a gap in between all the stuff I had to pay.
You saying travel insurance is available, but
Correct.
here's something that I didn't even realize. If you're married and you are divorced or separated as a result of a situation, that travel insurance will cover that. But it doesn't cover people who break up. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, there are definitely certain things. It has to be an injury. It has to be an emergency. It has to be an accident. It has to be a death. It has to be something covering an illness, and even an illness with travel insurance. You got to go to the doctor and provide a doctor's note, and you.
Well, I
mean,
promise you, he didn't even explore that avenue.
is that true?
I didn't.
Coming up on America's Court.
Would you be interested in reconsidering being in a relationship with him?
No,
You're not at all.
No.
Why?
because it's just, this is like a little too much.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program. America's Court is back with the case of Dan Wardley, who is suing Elise Abarca for detrimental reliance.
But here's the issue. Legally, you relied to your detriment on Miss Abarca saying, come stay for free in Barcelona, and which is why you bought the ticket, right? And there's something in the law called detrimental reliance.
I didn't buy it. I bought it to be with her.
I understand. So why not just eat the cost? Because even though some time has gone by, it's obvious that you still have feelings for her. So why are you suing her?
I'm struggling with money.
Okay.
I mean, in that
Money
10-day,
comes, money goes.
She has a
Why are
job.
you suing her?
I was mad that she just wasn't there for me. That's, and she had no.
Say
she
it
had
for the
no.
folks in the cheap seats back there.
She had no compassion whatsoever for
You're
for me
suing her
for me
because
having to
you're
cancel.
hurt.
Excuse me.
She hurt you,
Yes.
and that's why you're suing.
Yes.
And did you all break up as a result of this situation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're thinking, why can't you be more understanding about my financial situation?
That yeah.
That was
How I
never
feel
expressed
towards-
to me, Your Honor.
Would you be interested in reconsidering being in a relationship with him?
No,
You're not at all.
No.
Why?
because it's just, this is like a little too much. I think I'm dealing with a lot, and this is just taking things to extreme instead of having a conversation with me.
What say you?
I understand this is
Because you're
A
not
little
just suing her for
extreme,
the ticket,
but
you're also suing her
for
for
the
that
hotel expenses.
10-day gap that you had to incur costs before you were able to
But
get
this
to
is
your
why,
other place.
Your Honor, I was homeless as well for in that 10-day gap. I had nowhere
Your
to stay. I
Honor,
was staying in my
he would
car.
have still had to find a place to stay because he was asking to stay with me for free, which I said yes.
Coming up on America's Court.
But now we got to deal with this situation where, because the law is also about equity and fairness.
Yep.
Would it be unjust to have him eat that cost based on relying to his detriment on your promise?
This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program. America's Court is back with the case of Dan Wardley, who is suing Elise Abarca for detrimental reliance.
So here's where we are. In order to successfully have a claim for detrimental reliance in California, there has to be a promise. Do we have a promise here? Yes.
Oh, well.
If you come if you come to Barcelona, you will have a place to stay.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the promise. There has to be a situation where the person reasonably relies on the promise. Was it reasonable for him to rely on being able to stay?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. There has to be a suffering of some sort of loss. Did he suffer a loss?
Suffered a
Yes,
big loss.
because he had to make other arrangements to stay someplace else, and that was a
Airbnb.
fee that was
I have
also
evidence of that as well.
I know you do, and I'll take a look at it while we're at it.
Thank you.
Everything you want to give him?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
But ultimately, so this is the airline ticket. I see that. $461. You're not disputing that. And then you stayed at an Airbnb for 10 days
Yes, sir.
at a cost of $900.
Yes.
So far, he's met all the elements, but there's one left. Would it be unjust for him not to be compensated? And that's why I wanted to hear all of this, because I already knew that he had met the other elements. But now we got to deal with this situation where, because the law is also about equity and fairness.
Yep.
Would it be unjust to have him eat that cost based on relying to his detriment on your promise?
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program.
Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel is going to come down in favor of the plaintiff. Are you getting the full amount?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Are you entitled to the cost of the airplane ticket that you couldn't, that was non-refundable? I'd say yes. Should Ms. Abarca have to pay the whole $900 for the 10 days that you were inconvenienced? I don't think so. So your judgment will be for $461 for the ticket, not for the accommodations. And I guess it's not meant to be, so be it. That is the order. Case closed.
All rise.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $461.
I just hope you find peace and love in whatever you do.
I have peace and love.
Okay, we can step outside, take everything with you, folks.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.